Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time. I think the last thing that I did for you guys was the zombie lunch lady, which was actually a lot of fun. I have to apologize for not being on here. Circumstances beyond my control. I told you about the fact with the leaks in my spine and how they had finally got those sealed up. Well, that part's true, but it left me with intracranial hypertension. And so what happens is this is the very worst time of the year for me as the weather goes from warm and then it goes to cold. The pressure builds in my head and it gives me like a migraine 10,000. Makes me nauseated, so I'm not going to be demonstrating any kind of recipe today. But I do have some good ones coming up, and as soon as things level out, I'll be able to do that. I also have to go on medication about this time, and the medication brings changes to me. It blurs my vision. It makes thinking a little confusing for a while as your body adapts to it. So it's just not been a good time. But I always maintain I'm still on this earth, so I'm not going to complain but so much. And besides, does it really matter if we complain? Because who's going to listen, right? I hope everybody's doing great, or at least we're all hanging in there. 2020 has got to be the longest year in history. I mean, it has to be, for all of us, one of the longest years in history. We're still waiting for the election results. I really honestly thought the last time I talked to you, we would probably know something. Oh, come to think of it, I have done something with you since then. That's true, because I talked to you right after the election, or it was right before the election. We still don't know for sure. Seems the pandemic is getting worse. There are now food shortages. I think that I heard the latest report was 1 in 5 children don't have enough to eat, which just breaks my heart. I'd just like to say now, if there's something you can do for children, donate to a food bank, anything that you can do. I know people this time of the year always think about those in need, but children and people without food need things all year round. So please, if there's something you can do to help, there's a lot of places to do it. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about food addiction. We talked about before how certain foods can cause us to have food addiction. So I'm going to kind of talk to the food addicts out there, if there are any that watch this. Have you ever been where you ate so much food that at night the acid would build up in your throat and you would actually regurgitate actual acid and you would wake up and you were choking to death? I have. I've done that. When I was married and I was extremely unhappy, my husband did not wait until I was overweight to not want me or like me or anything like that. That started early on in our marriage. And when he married me, I wasn't overweight and I was young. But as time went on, what happened was it started making me question myself as a woman, what my worth was, what my value was. And although a lot of people when they're upset don't eat, I was one of those emotional eaters that did eat. So I told you that at one point I weighed 320 pounds. That is very true. And one of the things that I would do is when my husband would go to sleep at night, we had a home that had a giant tub in it. I have a tub now that you can get your feet in. That's about it. That's okay. I'm happy. And I would hide jars of peanut butter. And this is embarrassing to admit. And I'm only admitting this because I hope that maybe it will help you out there. Because if you suffer from true food addiction, you're going to understand what I'm saying right now. And when he would go to sleep, I would fill up that bathtub and I would go in there and I would take a jar of peanut butter and I would eat an entire jar of peanut butter. And I'd hide the evidence, like you're not going to see over time that I'm eating entire jars of peanut butter. I mean, there has to be a reason I'm weighing 320 pounds. But in that moment, when I'd get in that hot water and I'd have that peanut butter for a few moments, I forgot that I was not wanted as a wife and I was not wanted as a woman and my life was nowhere near where it needed to be. I know there are people just like me everywhere. I know that if you've happened to find my channel one day and you hear what I'm saying, it will resonate with you. You know the shame of eating, hiding the packages, throwing them away so nobody sees. You know that shame of when everybody goes to sleep, you sneak up and you eat. You've got things hidden everywhere. You know what that feels like. And you know that every time you binge eat, because I'm also a binge eater, that every time you do it, while you're doing it, you feel great. But as soon as it's over, you absolutely hate yourself. And if somebody could snap their finger and make you better, you'd take it. That's why I say I don't believe for a moment that people that are that much overweight are happy people. I don't think it's because they're foodies. I don't think any of that. I think it's because there are emotional issues in their background. So all I'm saying is, I was 320 pounds. And I had to wake up one day and say, I don't want to do this anymore. Guys, I was using the scooters at the stores, and I was young. Using the scooters in the stores, I could hardly walk to my mailbox. I was too ashamed to go to the gym. So I got up one day and I thought, I'm going to walk around in my living room. And I walked, and my kids were little, and my kids would get in the living room and they'd walk with me. They didn't know why they were walking with me, but they did. Because I said, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. It will not happen overnight, but it will happen. But you've got to make and got to take that first step. When you do, it gets a little easier every day that goes by. Just when I started back again in August, where I had put that weight on that I really did not feel comfortable with, I tell my daughter this and she thinks I'm crazy anyway. But I said, Blythe, I said, I'm telling you, the peanut butter jar, it cries out to me at night. And I would have to lay in my bed because I had gotten to where I ate all the time at night again. And I'd have to say to myself, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. Let's just get through tonight. And I mean, I'm having a conversation in my head. That's what it takes, guys, because we have to erase those old tapes that are playing in our head. I don't care if you're 20 pounds overweight. I don't care if you're 200 pounds overweight, 300 pounds overweight. I know that you can do it. You need some help. You need some motivation. That's okay. That's what I want you to come check out this channel, subscribe, and let's do that. Let's work together. So if any of you out there have these issues, please talk to me. Tell me in the comments. Maybe you are also like me, had bulimia, except way back when, dinosaurs were on the earth. They hadn't quite diagnosed that. I'd eat a bag of M&Ms when I was a young girl, and I was not even overweight. And I would take chocolate X-Lax to purge all of that out of my system. I took it so much that it was forever, years and years, before I'd ever even have normal bowel movements, because the thoughts of a bag of M&Ms sitting in my body was horrifying to me. When I tell you that I understand, I really, really, really understand. And I understand what other people don't. It's not laziness. It's not that you're sorry. It's usually that you're broken, that you're hurt, or sometimes it's because you know absolutely nothing about nutrition. So that's okay too. I know a little bit about nutrition. I can steer you where you need to go. If you need to see a doctor, see a doctor. But take charge of your life, because I'm going to tell you, I thought mine was over. I thought I was stuck in a loveless marriage, in a cult-like religion that I would never break free from, and that I was never going to be happy. That's not true, guys. All of that changed in my life. And with the exception of, some head issues that I can't do anything about, I'm a very happy person. But I would have never known that this was out here if I had not taken that first step. So, please, if you have these kinds of issues and concerns, please come in and let's talk about it. I'm always available to talk, okay? I think the last time that I talked to you guys, I think I had just broke the 200 mark and I was at 199. I'm at 195 now. So it's going down. And I feel so much better than where I was. And I know that I will continue to feel better in a lot of ways. Again, I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to be around you when I get like this, it's just a horrible time while my head adjusts. But I hope to in the future, because I still got to show you what I got for myself for below 200 pounds. But this was just, I wanted to touch base and I wanted to say hello, and I really do hope everyone's doing well. I've been getting really good suggestions from my viewers that have told me things that I need to do differently. Please know I listen to all of them. I take them to heart. I do not get offended. I want this to be something that you guys want to watch. So until next time, take care of each other, and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye. And before I forget, guys, please like and subscribe and watch the videos to the end. I really do appreciate your time. Thank you.